Look, we welcome the package from the government. Some sort of confidence and continuity in funding for domestic students is really important. This is just a very difficult situation for everyone, but for universities, particularly because of a downturn in the numbers of international students coming here to study.
The Minister says $18 billion has been provided, and that's about it. I think that's about it that universities are getting at the moment. Do you expect that he could be swayed?
Look, we've had very constructive conversations with the Minister, very constructive negotiations, and we continue to talk with him on a regular basis. Look, we're hoping that at some stage both state governments and the Commonwealth will join us in the hardships funds for students, including international students. We should be thinking about these kids who choose Australia as their study destination as we would think about our own kids, and treat them exactly the same way. Some of them have lost their part-time jobs, just like our own kids have, through no fault of their own, and they're really struggling to pay their rent and put food on the table. Universities all over the country have set up hardship funds for those kids to be accessed under careful criteria, and we're asking states and the Commonwealth to come and assist us, step up and assist in those funds.
In your view, Catriona, those 21,000 jobs that you're expecting to lose, how do you save them?
Look, we're doing everything we can, Peter, to save them. The last thing we want to be doing is adding to the job queues. So we're talking to the unions. We're in negotiation with unions right now. Universities are also talking to banks for short-term loans, because in some senses the challenge for us is to bridge this period, get over this period, and try and get back to some sort of normality, just like everyone else is trying to do. We know this crisis will come to an end. The question for us is trying to get through it and have as little damage to the university sector as we possibly can, so we can rejoin and get on with the job of national recovery.
How many international students, Catriona, are still in Australia at the moment? I mean, it was just last week that the PM basically said for everybody who doesn't call Australia home should go back to, you know, wherever they flew in from. So how many have just decided to stay here anyway?
Look, a large number of students, hundreds of thousands, are still here. And look, I think when the Prime Minister made those comments, he wasn't actually talking about students who've been here for years and in some cases invested their family savings in education. I think he was talking about people on very short-term visas, so there's an important distinction there. But some students have gotten that message and have felt upset and disappointed by that message. The Education Minister himself has made very clear comments about them being our friends, our colleagues, and us really welcoming them here. Students are doing extraordinary things, both our domestic students, our homegrown students and international students, transferring to online study overnight, which can be quite complex and quite challenging. They're doing a great job. Universities have worked very closely with them to keep them all engaged in study, which is exactly what we want at a time like this. People on the tools, studying at home, and just waiting to be able to come back to campus when it's safe to do so.